Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Tuesday, December 3rd, 2019, and we again find ourselves in the final hour of the trading day. As I mention each day, I believe that the prices as close as you can get them to the close of the market are the most valid prices to make your buying and selling decisions from, because during the day you have the algorithms, you have the day traders battling it out, fighting it out, and I consider it a lot of noise. I think the picture becomes more clear at the end of the day when the large financial institutions and the market makers come into the market, make their buying and selling decisions, and move the market in what, in my opinion, are the most valid prices to make your buying and selling decisions. So that is why I primarily make most of my buying and selling decisions at the end of the day. Although today I did make an intraday trade, and I don't do that very often. It was a short trade. It worked out really well. You don't hear me talk about day trades very often, but I did take a trade today, which worked out well, and I'll share that with you as we go through the charts and take a look at my current positions. So, well, we have had quite the day today. I think we had the biggest drop today we've had in the last couple months. The Dow is currently down 336 points. It's down 1.21%. The NASDAQ is down 74 points. It's down 0.87%. And the S&P is down 28 points, 0.91% on the day. We had some news that the market didn't like. President Trump made some comments about, possibly putting off or delaying the trade deal, which of course the market's been anticipating. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Actually, been a pretty good day for me on my positions, and like I said, I'll go through those. But very thankful for that. Let's take a look here. So Evan, how you doing? Evan, good to see you, sir. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for coming by, and thanks for everybody for coming by. I really do appreciate you coming here each day. There's a lot of other things you could be doing with your time. So for you to spend an hour or so or longer with me each day is, I'm honored, really. And I hope that the time that you invest here is helping you, is paying off in some kind of dividend for you, time dividend, as far as improving your trading or your investing results. So thank you as always for coming by. Hey Gamer Squad, good to see you, sir. Hello to Denver. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming by. Hey Dr. Long, good to see you. Dr. Long says, hi Greg and all. I can't watch live because I have class. Still long, VXX, ES, bought NXPI and a couple sold, and also sold AZO. All right, well, I don't know about the other ones, but I know VIX is up today since I have it, so I definitely know that it's up. So congratulations, and I'll take a look at those a little later. Hey, Frank, how you doing? Good to see you, sir. Frank says, hope all is well. 3 words I want to share. Respect your money. Oh, that is good advice. Just give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Have to turn off my phone. All right. Very good advice, Frank. You should think about that every single time you're going to make a trade. Am I respecting the money that I'm allocating to this trade? So anyway, fantastic that you're here. So listen, here is the plan for today. Here's the format as usual. First of all, we're going to go ahead and run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Second, going to come back. We're going to go through all my current positions. We're going to talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, what methodology I used to buy them, what kind of setups I used to buy them. And then thirdly, and most importantly, how I'm going to manage these trades going forward, either to the upside or to the downside. After that, we are going to do a small segment on trader psychology. I mention this each day, but it is so true that the biggest skill that you can acquire, the greatest skill that you can acquire, the skill that you need to acquire in this business to make money as a long-term profitable trader is you have to get your emotions under control. You have to be able to make a plan, and then you have to follow the plan. The plan is not as important as following the plan, because most people make fairly good plans. The problem is when your emotions get amplified because you're winning or you're losing, you tend not to stick with the plan. And that is the real skill in trading, is to be able to, I mean, if you distill it down, you have to be able to follow your plan. And in my opinion, the best way to do that is you have to position size conservatively, correctly, so that any moves in the market, whether they're up or down, do not destabilize you, because when you become destabilized, that is when you deviate from your plan. So I like to spend a little time on this each day. I know I beat you guys over the head with it, but it's that important. So anyway, hopefully you'll bear with me through it and listen to what I have to say or what we have to share here, and hopefully internalize it, because I do it out of love. I do it because I know it's so important, and I've been on the other side of that, and it's not a place that you want to be. So we're going to talk about that. Then we are going to go through all the stocks in my watch list one by one. We're going to take a look at support, resistance level. We're going to take a look at the indicators that I use, such as RSI, MACD, moving averages, ATR channels. And the way that I view trading is that I look at each indicator, like MACD or a moving average. I look at that as a potential group of buyers. And if you want to take a position, have a profitable trade, you need to be in the company of other buyers. So if one indicator represents one group of buyers, then a combination of indicators coming together, in my mind, represents two groups of buyers. So I like to look for a confluence or a combination of signals, or another way to say it, I like to look for a confluence or a combination of groups of buyers. If you have multiple groups of buyers when you enter a position, your odds go way up to make a profit on the trade. And then, sometimes you can get good signals. You can get a confluence of buyers or a confluence of indicators, but you have to analyze the risk to reward at the same time. You can have a great setup, but your RSI readings might be too high, maybe too high in the channel for you to take. So there always has to be a good risk to reward ratio. You have to have more reward potentially to the upside based upon your analysis of where the resistance is above you, compared to where you're wrong on the downside where you have your support. So minimum for me is I like to have at least a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, or make twice as much as I would lose on any particular trade. All right, so that's step 2. Step 3 is you have to make sure that even if you have a great perfect trade that qualifies with step 1 and step 2, is that not having too much of the same type of stock, of the same type of industry in the positions you're holding. You can't have too much correlation. You can't have an Apple and a Google and Amazon, and then add a who knows, a Twitter, right? Because that's like having, instead of 4 small positions, that's literally like having one huge position, right? So you want to have diversification. You want to have maybe some tech, maybe some tobacco, maybe some healthcare, maybe some oil, maybe some McDonald's, whatever. So step 1, confluence of buyers, confluence of indicators. Step 2, make sure you have a good risk to reward ratio. Step 3, make sure you do not have too many correlated positions. All right. Then I'm going to go down through the watch list. I'm going to look for all those 3 requirements. If I find something at the end of the day that looks good, I will go ahead and enter the position. And then after the market closes, if you have any questions for me, if you need any clarification on what I discussed today, please feel free. Don't be shy. Go ahead and type it in the chat, and I will definitely get to it. And if you have any symbols that you would like me to look at and give you my humble opinion on, I'm very, very happy to do that as well. And then if there are any positions or any symbols that you think would be beneficial or helpful for the group to take a look at before the market closes, just go ahead and put them in the chat, maybe put some asterisks by it or something like that, and so that I know it's time sensitive, so I can do my best to get to it before the end of the market. So that is the plan for today. So anyway, if you could please hang tight, I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back in about 40 seconds. So hold tight. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Hey, Jesse is here. Good to see you, sir, as always. Thank you so much for coming. Jesse is one of my former students. It was really great working with him, and always appreciate you being here, Jesse. Jesse says, hello, everyone. Holy cow, lots of gap downs today. Holy hamburgers is right. We have had a lot of gap downs today, for sure. It's been interesting. However, you know, the market has been so extended. We've had a lot of kind of overbought readings. You know, I've been talking about the indexes having the double tops with the bearish divergences. And, you know, let's look at the bright side here, right? We have stayed out of a lot of this mess, or I have stayed out of a lot of this mess, not getting FOMO or fear of missing out on the way up, waiting for a pullback into value. Remember, Dr. Alexander Elder says stocks are the only thing that people do not like to buy on sale. They want to pay full retail. They want to pay full freight for some reason, right? I prefer to wait for it to come back at value or under value before I make my position. So the takeaway on that comment is that, you know, now the market is possibly giving us a pullback, a dip, now that maybe we can get back involved in the market at more reasonable prices. Evan says, I'm liking RF, RDFN, and Wix today. Let's take a look. RDFN. Yeah, it's not bad, but on the other hand, it's not exactly great either. I mean, we were above value, in my opinion, Evan. We were above value. We did come back into value. We did start to move sideways, but then we had another leg down. Yes, we do have a V1 today. Yes, it did reject the -1 ATR channel. Looks like we're closing back in. It's above the 50 RSI. Got close to the 200-day moving average. This is all true, but I don't like this steep downward trend. I would like if it could, you know, move sideways for a couple days to show you have some buyers. These kind of moves generally go up the next day, but you know, it's rare that you get V's. It's rare that you go straight down and straight up. A lot of times you go straight down, have a little bounce up, then down again, right? So I mean, this is okay. I mean, it's okay. You know, it is a V1. It did reject the -1 ATR channel. Is currently above 50. So if I were to buy this, I would, you know, use a close below halfway the washout bar today. Wix. Yeah, I like this much better because here we come down, we have sideways movement, right? And this is what I'm talking about. It found some buyers, it stopped going down. We had the washout bar yesterday, and today we have a V2, day 1, day 2, day 3. Day 2 washes out day 1, day 3 closes above day 1. Technically, it's a V1 if you want to get specific about it, because this washed out previous day's low. But I like this washout better, so I would probably use this as a V2. On the other hand, you're pretty close to the 50 RSI. You have the 50-day moving average, 10 moving average above you, let me RDFN and Wix. Let's take a look at those at the end of the day. I do like Wix better than the first one. And Dr. Long. Okay, so long silver. Silver's kicking butt today, isn't it? Very, very nice. Big gap here. VIX, of course, we know VIX. NXPI. NXPI. So you bought some NXPI. I mean, okay, listen, I mean, it rejected the 50-day moving average, right? So at least you have a good risk to reward to the upside. You know, if you're wrong, probably a close below the 50. To the upside, you have good risk to reward. So, and also sold AZO. I think that's what you're. Oh, okay. Not sure on that one, Dr. Long. Did you buy AZO earlier or did you short that? Just not 100% sure from the message there. William Green, good to see you, William. Thank you for coming by. Always appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions today. Jesse says, Pawn attempted to recover today. Bulls winning currently. Yes, I've got this. I put your name here, Jesse. This is your trade now. So that's what I'm going to try to start doing. If you guys have some good little trades here, I'm going to put them up here, put your little name tag on so I always know who has what trade, because I'm always confused in who has what trade. But yeah, this is fantastic. I mean, it rejected the 200, bounced off the 200 and the 50 here today, forming a higher low V2, if you've noticed, right? Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 2 washes out. Day 1 looks like today may close above day 1's close. So nice, Jesse. Glad to see this is doing well for you, especially on a down day today. So, all right, well, let's take a look here. Oh, and I do want to point out Evan. Here's Evan's trade on JM Smuckers. He bought this yesterday. I think he's slightly up. He took this V1 yesterday, I believe. If I'm right, Evan? So that one's hanging. I mean, it's up today on a huge down day, so that seems like a huge win anyway. But anyway, this is looking good. And then look at Bing He. Bing He, our friend from Singapore, bought this under 30, over 30, and a V1. Look at this monster today, up 4.24%. Looks like it was up closer to 6% or higher earlier in the day. So congratulations, Bing He, and there's his little name right there. So congratulations on some fantastic trades there. All right, so Evan says that's correct. Okay. Was down earlier, but you know, probably initial stop, at least the way that I would view this, would be close below the halfway of this washout bar. So anyway, nice going, guys. Nice going for sure. All right. Let me get situated here. All right. So I don't do a lot of intraday trading. You guys know this, right? But I got up early because I had the insurance adjuster come by and I had a little extra time on my hands. So I sat here and I looked at this and I said, I'm going to look for a trade. You guys know when we have big bars to the downside or big bars to the upside, we should usually hold some kind of support or resistance at the 50% Fibonacci number. Well, yesterday we had a huge down day on a lot of volume. Today, when it started to get halfway to this bar, that's going to act as some kind of theoretical Fibonacci, 50% Fibonacci retracement. So we had the big bar down. When the bar got halfway back up, I thought, okay, there's probably going to be some kind of resistance there. So this is the big picture. But then I, of course, have to look for an entry. So I went down to the 5-minute chart. And remember, from the daily, big down bar today got up to about halfway. That's where I'm looking to sell, but I have to go to a smaller time frame to look for a signal. My signal was here on the 5-minute chart. We went high, we came back down, we had a V1 to the downside. See, here is day 1, here is day 2. Day 2 washed out or went above day 1, closed below day 1's close for a V1 to the downside. My stop would have been a close above halfway of this, and you can see it went nicely down. I covered here when we bounced off the 100-day moving average. So I shorted there at 287, covered at 286.29. So nice downward trade. I don't make a habit of this, but it really did jump out at me. And you know, Dr. Elder always says something has to really jump out at you before you start entering a trade. So it was a nice little 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minute trade, and it was really good. So anyway, obviously I didn't get the exact bottom. It did go lower, but all in all now, definitely a good place to have gotten out because we have rallied since then. So that's the day trade. You don't see a lot of those out of me, but it was a good day trade, and it was great because it was short as well. Jesse says, ha, I made the chart indicators. There you are, buddy. That's Jesse's chart. Frank says, still keeping an eye on TLT. TLT had a monster. I mean, look at this huge gap down and then huge gap up today. Monster gap. Where did it get rejected? Third ATR channel. Surprise, surprise, right? Hey, Marco. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for coming. Hoping you're having a good evening there in Europe. Please let me know if you have any questions. All right, so let's get on to the next position I have. I know you guys hear this every day. I apologize, but in case we have some new viewers here, I do want to go over this. This is an approach I use every single day. It does not have anything to do with support, resistance, technicals. It's based solely on a long-term back test from Liz Ann Saunders at Bespoke Invest. She is the chief investment officer at Charles Schwab. But with this approach, you have two options or two variables that they tested. The first one was they bought the SPY ETF each day at the open, sold it at the close each day. So buy the SPY every day at the open, sell it at the close every day. Buy at the open, sell at the close. Every day, if you do this every day from 1993, for all your troubles, you would have actually returned a negative 13.9%. But if you did the opposite, which is what I do each day, and buy the SPY at the close, sell it first thing the next morning. So buy at the close, sell the next morning. Buy at the close, sell the next morning. If you did this every day since 1993, you'd have actually returned a 634.2% return. So buy at the open, sell at the close every day from 1993, negative 13.9. Do the opposite, buy at the close, sell the next morning. Every day since 1993, excuse me, you would have had a 634.2% return. This means that all the gains in the U.S. stock market since 1993 have not come during the day. They've come from people bidding it up after hours and bidding it up pre-market. Here's the chart. The blue line is the buy in the afternoon, sell in the morning. The orange line is the buy in the morning, sell in the afternoon. You can see there's a clear difference, and I certainly would like to allocate my capital towards this approach rather than this approach. I love this chart because it shows even though you do have an edge in your trading approach over the long term, you can see how it really can go your way, but in between you have ups and downs, and no matter how good of a trading approach you have, you are going to have these. So my best advice, position size correctly so these do not affect you too much. So with that being said, you would think that I would have had a huge gain on this, right? Actually, on yesterday's trade, we got clobbered. I bought this at the end of the day at 311.64, and it gapped all the way back down and sold it at 308.78. So that was unfortunate. I was just a few dollars away from making a yearly high using this approach. But as we know, things go up, they go down. That's how it works, right? And this could go down for a month straight like it did in May. But, I've been using it since February 26th. It's been extremely profitable. And you can't let one day or 1 month, tell you, oh, this is a good system or a bad system. But, this has a lot of data behind it. It's done very, very well. And it's one of my favorite approaches. So I will be buying this again today at the end of the market, selling it first thing tomorrow. All right. We had a stinker in the SPY trade, but look at our VIX trade, everybody. I bought this yesterday at the close of the market when we went under 30, over 30, bought it here at 1743. All these lines here are my profit phased out. However, it gapped up to here. So all of these phase outs got filled right here at 1874 when it was up like 7%. Right now it's up 5.2%. It is currently under the 50 RSI. Most likely I will be getting out of this today. I think even if it closes above the 50, I will still stay out of it because of this bearish reversal bar. The close is definitely higher than yesterday's close, but it is lower than the open. So this got sold into in the morning, but this was a fantastic trade. Got out of this, I don't know, I think it was over 6%, maybe more, because the majority of the position I got out here right at the open. So this took care of all the losses from the SPY trade and from the Walmart trade. We haven't got to that, but Walmart's recovered quite a bit, so I'm happy with that. So anyway, this was a great trade, did exactly what we wanted it to do, but very likely I will be getting out of this at the end of the day. Okay, so Walmart. I did buy Walmart yesterday. We were above the value zone. We came into the value zone. We moved sidewards. Yesterday we spiked down and then reversed back up, forming a V1. Here's day one. Here's day two. Day two washes out day one. Closed above day one's close. That was my entry. It was a good setup. But of course, we got news today, right, with the China deal, and it gapped way down, went much lower. My stop is a halfway of yesterday's washout bar right here. That's about 1857. So it's possible that we could stay in this trade today. A couple hours ago when it was down here, it did not look possible whatsoever. But if it closed here right now, I would get out with the close below halfway, because remember, a big bar up should hold some type of support at about halfway, and currently we're under. So if it closes under halfway here, I'll go ahead, just take the small loss, and that will be it. All right, lastly, this is not a stock position trade. This is a put that I sold at McDonald's. I sold the put at $180, meaning that if the price stays above $180 by December 13th, I'll be able to keep all the premium. You might ask yourself, well, how did you identify the $180 strike price? Well, I like to look at support on not just one time frame, but 3 time frames when I sell puts. On the monthly, the $180 price is right in the middle of the 1 and the -1 ATR channel. There should be some theoretical support right here at the midline. So I liked how it looked on the monthly. On the weekly, the $180 price has that nice 100-week moving average right underneath it as well. It would correlate with the very low 30 RSI, so there should be some support there. And then on the daily, I needed the $180 price on the daily to look decent as well, and it was right about the 5th ATR channel. Very difficult to get prices to go down there. So that is why I sold the puts at 180. If it stays above 180, I'll be able to keep the position. If it closes below, I will have to buy it, but I am okay buying it at $180 based upon those support levels. But I think it's very unlikely it will go down there. I've got about 90% of the premium that I'm going to get on this. So anyway, that's looking really good. All right, where are we at now? Okay, so that's it. So that is it. So let me get rid of MasterCard here. So yeah, positive day today. I'm very, very happy for that. Steve Burns, hey buddy, good to see you, sir. Thank you for coming. Always an honor to have you here. Steve is a mentor of mine, a teacher of mine, a friend of mine, wonderful author, wonderful educator, and always nice to have you here. I'm always excited to have you here, Steve, and I know everyone else is too. Steve says, hey Greg, VIX 10-day, 30-day EMA crossover. It's been a long time since we had expanding volatility. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. Whenever the VIX, whenever the 10 crosses back over the 30, the 10 EMA crosses back over the 30 EMA on the VIX, it signifies that we're in a high volatility environment. It's safe to short VIX when the 10 is under the 30, but now the 10 is over. And you can see, if we go back in time, the last time we crossed over, big move up in volatility. Last time we crossed over, big move up. So I think the takeaway here, guys, is be careful, because now we are in a high volatility environment and we have to keep that in mind. What are we at? 1340. So who knows? Maybe we'll close back under and it will be one of those kiss situations. But yeah, good point, Steve. Thank you for reminding me to point that out. Jesse says, Greg, Steve, do you ever trade inverse or short ETFs Thoughts? Less risky hedging option versus shorting stocks? Well, I don't know about Steve, Jesse, but I mean, generally, shorting, is kind of a tough deal, right? You have a lot of levers of power trying to keep the market up, whether they're CEOs or politicians or the Fed. Even in down moves, you have huge volatilities to the upside. In general, I just think it is tougher to short than go long. But my answer, no, I don't use short ETFs. I mainly wait just for dips to go back long. I don't know about Steve's response. Steve says, I stopped trading short side ETF years ago due to the lack of profitability and the long side basis of the stock market based on backtesting. Okay, there you go. Pretty much what I was thinking as well. Jesse, hey Steve Burns, thank you. Experienced traders are best backtest. Also, guest post by Macro Ops on guerrilla warfare trading was excellent. Oh, that must have been an article that was posted on Steve's site. Bing He, good to see you, buddy. Cut loss for Home Depot. Okay, but I pointed out, Bing He, your awesome UNG trade. How about this? So you got your little name here, got your little name tag on here. Bing He bought this under 30, over 30 with the V1, and this was a monster. I don't know if you took any profits on that. Murat, hey buddy, good to see you. Thank you for visiting from Norway. Nice. Hope you have a good evening. You're having a good evening there. All right. So, listen. This is the time of the day where I do just a few minutes on trader psychology. It's so important, everybody. You have to get your emotions under control in trading. You have to have a plan. I don't care what kind of plan it is. It's probably going to be okay. Can be just okay. Doesn't have to be the best plan in the world, but what has to be the best in the world is you following it, right? That is the key. And I like to go through Twitter. There are some really good channels on Twitter. They spend a lot of time and effort to put out good trading words of wisdom, good advice, good analysis of what's going on with trading psychology. And one of the best ones on Twitter is Trading Composure, at Trading Composure on Twitter. If you have not subscribed, do yourself a favor and subscribe. Read his post every day. I promise you, if you read them and internalize them, they are going to improve your trading. But he knows how important trading psychology is, and that is why he takes the time, burns the calories to put this out to everyone every day. It's the key of whether or not you're going to make money or lose money over the long run is how you handle your emotions, right? So listen to this. This is short and sweet. Before you put on a trade, take a few moments to center yourself, review your plan, and make sure your mind is in the right place. Short and sweet, but it's so true. A lot of people will just impulsively put on a trade. I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you've done it. And the problem with that is you don't really have a plan. If it's impulsive, you don't have a plan. Make sure before you hit that button that you're well centered, you have your thoughts clear, you have a well-defined plan in front of you, meaning you know where you're going to get out if you're right, you know where you're going to get out if you're wrong. The worst thing that can happen is if you impulsively take a trade, you haven't really thought it through, and it starts going against you. Well, then what do? I mean, if you don't have a clear defined line in the sand of where you're going to get out, that's a problem. So, I mean, this is very good advice. Before you put on a trade, take a few moments to center yourself, review your plan, and make sure your mind is in the right place, right? Pretty simple, but, take a screenshot of this, print it out, put it on your computer, post it on your wall, on the side of your minivan. I don't care, right? But, before you take a trade, read this. And, hopefully it will make you feel guilty if you don't quite have it all together and you don't really quite have a plan. But thank you very much, Trading Composure. I think this is an excellent, excellent post. And again, if you guys haven't subscribed, Trading Composure, at Trading Composure on Twitter. Bing He says, UNG has not hit my profit target. Okay. What's your profit target then, Bing He? Because that's up a lot. That's up a lot. But just, if it doesn't hit your profit target, make sure you have some kind of trailing stop if you're wrong. Mount Doji, what's going on? Mount Doji says SVMK. SVMK. Okay. Yeah, good. Let me see. Okay, we were under the 1 ATR channel. We came back into the ATR channel. We had 1 day down. We had 2 days down. We have a beautiful V2, higher low V2, under the 200, back over the 200. MACD is positive, over the 50 RSI. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I like it. I really, really like it. This is a well-defined plan. This is a well-defined setup. It's a well-defined plan. You have the indicators in your favor. Does it mean it's going to go up tomorrow? Absolutely not. But is it a good bet? That's the important thing. You can have a good bet and still lose. You can have a bad bet and still win. This is a good bet. Doesn't mean it's going to win, but you know, halfway, close below halfway of yesterday's washout bar would be excellent place to get out for a stop if you're wrong. And to the upside, you know, you're risking from here to here essentially, and you know, you could go from here all the way up to here. So it makes a lot of sense, Mount Doji. Let me know if you take that, because I'd like to follow those trades. Merritt says, thanks, Greg. I forgot to take profit stop today. I was puzzled why I didn't close my long contract. Then I saw TP was not set. I only realized half of my profit target. Well, that's okay. You still made half of the profit. That's what's important, right? Merritt always has good trades. Not always, but most of the time, right, bud? Ming He says, UNG is a mean reversion setup. I only had one profit target at the 20 EMA. Okay, we'll see what happens. But I'm just suggesting that you know, if it doesn't get there and starts going down, you know, you want to lock something in, right? All right, let me see where we're at here. All right. So just a quick check on the current positions. Look like, well, now the VIX is over 50 RSI, but I still think I am going to take this. I don't want to be a pig about it, right? I mean, this was a huge day, a huge move in one day. You know, we have a bearish reversal bar here. We're up to this, it got right to the second ATR channel. I was fortunate enough to have this trade. We'll see, but most likely I'm just going to take this off for a 5.48% overnight trade. Walmart, we're going to have to watch that. It's possible that it could close above yesterday's halfway point, in which case I would keep it. And that's it. Gamer Squad, Greg, can you check pays? Yes, I can. How are we doing on time? All right. Yeah, I mean, it's a higher low V2. We closed below the 1 ATR channel. We came back into the value zone. We had 2 days down, and now we have a pretty sweet V2. MACD just went positive. It's above 50 RSI. I mean, you have that 200-day above you, which is a little concerning, but this is a valid higher low V2, and you have the MACD. So, you know, talking about a confluence of indicators, what are the confluence? One, we have MACD crossover showing positive momentum. Two, we have a beautiful higher low V2. And the reason I like higher low V2s is when you buy a lower low, people that bought here, as soon as it gets up here and starts to falter, they're probably going to sell, right? Here, buyers took over. Here, sellers are taking over. But here, it looks like we got a whole new group of buyers coming in, right? So the people that bought here sold in this area. That makes it easier to move up because now we don't have to worry about these people selling because they already sold here. So, yeah, I like it. I like it, Gamer Squad. Let me know at the end of the day if you take it, right? It has, you know, for me, it would definitely have to close above 1029 because that was 2 days ago's close. Oops. Okie dokie. Murat says oil is 0.16% up today, but I managed to take 7% out of it. First downside, then upside. Nice. That's always nice, right? When you get it both to the upside and to the downside. Congratulations, Murat. Very, very nice. Kurt, what's going on, bud? Good to see you, my friend. Kurt and I had a great Skype call last night, one of my former students. Kurt says, hey, Greg and all, great class last night and excited to try out those new techniques. Awesome. You know, I've developed a couple new techniques over the last month that I've, like a mad scientist, have got in here and just completely obsessed on, and I think I have got it together, and I shared that with Kirk last night. By the way, Jesse, we need to schedule a call because I want to share that with you as well, and also with Anthony, if possible, if he's out there listening. So I'll get with you, Jesse, in order to schedule that. Okay, RDFN. RDFN. Yeah, I don't particularly like RDFN as much because yes, we have a, you know, technically a V1, also kind of a combo V2 here, but I don't like this downwards move. If we bounce here, I think we might bounce 1 or 2 days and very likely make a lower high and come down. Of course, I don't know, but you know, Mount Doji, that I like when we have sideways movement before the V1 or V2. This is no sideways movement. This is like a V. I mean, it did reject the 1 ATR channel. That's good. 200, close to the 200. That's good as well. But I like your other one better. All right, let us get going here. Apple. Well, there's a huge gap down. My goodness. You know, we were waiting for a pullback into the value zone. Well, now we're outside the value zone. But I just want to make the point here, guys, that when we're up here at the 3rd ATR channel, when we're above the 1 ATR channel, it seems great. It seems like everything's going up. You feel like you're missing out. But if you're patient, it comes back to value. I mean, look, this took out 3 weeks of profits in 2 days. Right? Could you imagine being caught on that, caught with that? Again, that's why I don't like to buy overvalue. Now we're actually undervalued. I'd much rather buy here than up here, right? But at this point, we're closed below the 1 ATR channel. Now I'm going to be looking for some kind of dip, maybe down here at the 3rd ATR channel, or close back into the value zone, higher low V1, V2. Adobe, you know, similar to my short trade on MasterCard. Look, we had the huge bar down. Today we rallied to about halfway the bar. I'm not thinking buy here. I'm thinking sell here. Big bar down, get to the halfway mark. You know, I'm not going to short this, but it's this exact same setup as MasterCard. So nothing on here. I need this to go back into the value zone, find some support, find that it's consolidating, find some buyers, move sideways, settle down. It's like throwing a big rock into the water. All these splashes and rings and all this commotion, you want it to settle down first before you enter. That's micro devices. Well, you know, and again, way high, needed to pull back into value. Here we had one, here we had one, couldn't buy because it hadn't stopped going down. Big reversal today, I will give it that. But still can't buy anything here. I would need this to move sideways, V1, V2. Amazon has recovered quite a bit here. We are in the value zone. We were above the value zone up here, right? We are back in the value zone, but I need some sideways movement, V1, V2. We did buy Amazon here with the close over the 250, had a nice move up, nice profit, phased out, closed when it lost the 200-day, and that seems like it was a good move. So going forward, moving sideways, V1, V2. How am I doing on time? All right, I'm running a little behind. Boeing was above the 1 ATR channel, wanted to pull back into value. Here it was, here it was. Oh, there it went, there it went. So now I'm looking for a dip on Boeing, like a low 30s RSI dip, or conversely, a move back up into the value zone, Then a little bit of a pullback, look for a higher low V1, V2. Berkshire Hathaway got pounded today. Yeah, nothing here at the moment. Nothing here at the moment. Caterpillar, whew, that's brutal. That's brutal. We're at a 45.51 RSI. I would be looking for a deep dip buy somewhere down here. You know, 30, low 30 RSI, V1, V2, something like that. The Dow, look at the profit that was taken away. Like 3 weeks of profit in 2 days. Boom, boom. So what am I looking for here? Either a return to value, higher low V1, V2, or come down here, maybe even down here, V1, V2 around the 50, or V1, V2 down here at the 100-day moving average or at the 30 RSI, something like that. But it's coming down. Good that we waited, but it's down now, but we need a signal to get in. Walt Disney, would love to buy Walt Disney somewhere back here in the value zone. Look at the big bar, right? What did I say about big bars to the upside? It should hold some support about 50% of this bar. So right in here would be the sweet spot, right in here, especially if we could come down here sideways V1, V2. Etsy, we closed above the 1 ATR channel, down, down. Now we're holding a little bit, need a little bit more holding, then we could look for a V1, V2. We bought this under 30, over 30 with the V2. This was a great trade to the upside. Got out when we closed below the previous day's low. How are we doing on time? Dang it. Ford, nothing on Ford. Facebook was above the value zone. We wanted to wait, come into the value zone. Here we are. Now we need a couple days of sideways movement and a trigger to get in. 5 below. Getting hammered today, has earnings there tomorrow, so can't do anything with that. Gold miners, really strong. Tell me why I didn't buy this again. You guys remember? We closed below the 1 ATR channel. We came back in. We made a higher low V2. Why didn't I buy this? I don't remember why I didn't buy this. Look at this. Look at this beautiful higher low V2. Oh well, sometimes you look back at charts and you go, what was I, why didn't I buy that? I'd probably be getting out today with this rejection of the 100-day above us. But anyway, gold having a strong day today. I'm looking for a 520 EMA cross to get into gold. We did have a MACD crossover, but just this signal by itself is not enough. Looking for MACD crossover, and the 520 crossover would be excellent. So we'll just have to see what happens. Google actually up today, which is interesting. We had the big bar down here. This bar is higher than halfway. So that is a bit bullish, because when you have this big bar down, I would expect it to stall at about the halfway. I mean, it's slightly above halfway, but nothing there. Goldman Sachs, my goodness. Look at this, everybody. Huge. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for a deep dip buy at this point. Right down here would be fantastic. Give you a superb risk to reward ratio here at the 200-day or at the 30 RSI, you know, and if those two can line up, it'd be positive. But again, guys, you know, I've been saying over the last few weeks, it's too high, it's too high, it's over the value zone. Be patient, wait, and, you know, many times you'll look back and go, God, why didn't I wait? It was overvalued, but all the news was good. The headlines were good. Home Depot. Okay, so I did buy Home Depot here. It went up nicely. I got out when we had a close below the previous day's low, which was good. Now we're at a 30-30. We were under 30, over 30. But the thing is, I'm a little hesitant about taking this trade. When we had the under 30, over 30, we had the V1 at the same time. I like that better. We are under 30, over 30, but that's it. There's no double bottom with the bullish divergence. There's no accompanying V1, V2. We're under the third ATR channel. So I'm going to mark this, but again, I'd like to see a confluence. Maybe we had a double bottom with the divergence. We had a V1, V2 with the rejection of the 30 RSI back over the third ATR channel. But here, that's all it has. So I'm a little concerned about Home Depot. IBB, of course, it's up again today. It's way too high. It's just like the rest of the market. This is what the rest of the market looked like. I want to wait for a return to value. Intel, getting hammered. Nothing there. IWM, was above the 1 ATR channel, came back into value, which is good. This is what we're looking for, but we need a couple days of sideways movement. Let things settle down, let the waters calm down, then look for an entry. Johnson & Johnson, nice move up here, waiting for a pullback into value. Coca-Cola did have a nice V1 yesterday. It's holding up pretty strong here. The relative strength is really good. It's a 55 RSI. Probably wouldn't be the worst trade in the world, but it's over the 1 ATR channel, so it's a little too high. Lockheed Martin above the value zone. Wanted it to come back into value zone. Oh, it came back into the value zone. I mean, I guess it's barely still there, but I need this to settle down. Sideways movement, V1, V2. MasterCard, of course, took that short trade today. Just show you again real quick. But before I do, big picture, we had a big bar down. We had a rally back to the 50% mark of that down bar. That should set up some type of short situation. I went to the 5-day moving average. I'm sorry, I went to the 5-minute channel, and I looked, big picture looked good on the bigger time frame, but I needed some kind of trigger to get me in. The trigger was a lower high V1 to the downside. I shorted here, boom, 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 got out here when it rejected it basically pegged the 100-day. So anyway, I don't do a lot of shorts. You guys know that. I've maybe had 5 or 6 shorts this entire year. I think I've only had 2 day trades this entire year, but that was one of them, worked out well. So nothing here on MasterCard going forward. McDonald's, of course, we sold the put 180, so I think we're fine. Altria, way too high. Again, this is what the rest of the market looked like. But then it does come back into value. Merck, hanging in there, nothing there. Microsoft, big day down. I would like to buy Microsoft now that we're in the value zone. Just need some sideways movement, V1, V2. Netflix, big move, waiting for a pullback into value. It is in value now, just need a couple days sideways movement. Nike, same, nothing there. Philip Morris, above value, into value, lots of nice sideways movement here, right? Lots of nice sideways movement here. Technically, earlier we did have a V2. Here's day 1, day 2, day 3, day 2, washed out, but earlier it had confirmed, now it's unconfirmed. PayPal, above value zone. I needed to go into the value zone. The Qs just got hammered. I'd love to see Qs down at the 3rd ATR channel, 50-day moving average, low 30 RSI. Silver, big, nice, strong day. I think Dr. Long had silver. In order for me to get interested in silver, I'd have to have a 520 crossover. S&P 500, we did get creamed on that overnight, but it does happen. I will be buying this again at the end of the day, as usual, selling it first thing tomorrow morning. Bonds, very, very strong. I mean, look at this huge gap down, this huge gap up. Bing He, if you're listening, you know, gaps like to be filled. I wouldn't be surprised if this fills this gap to the downside in not too distant future. Tesla strong. It did have a V2 yesterday. I mean, we moved down into the value zone. Then we did have a couple days of sideways movement. Then we had this V2, but we didn't have a good enough washout bar. So I'm not going to take that. Twitter, back in the value zone, which is good. Need some sideways movement. We did buy Twitter here on this higher low V2, under 30, over 30. Had this nice 3-4 days up. I did get out here, locking profits when we had a close below. United Healthcare, above the 1 ATR channel, need to come into the value zone. Oil, Murat had some good up and down on that today. Congratulations. For the way I trade, we were above the value zone, in the value zone. Now we've had a couple days of sideways movement. Now I'd be looking for a V1 or a V2. VIX, we have our VIX. Very likely I'm going to get out of this today, but this was a huge trade today. Unbelievably huge trade. I'm very grateful for that, but now it looks like we're below the 50 RSI, and we have a bearish reversal bar, and we have 5 minutes crap. All right, Verizon, nothing on Verizon. Walmart, oh, look at Walmart, everybody. We might be able to keep it. Energy, nothing there. Financials, look at this, got creamed. Real estate, See the big down bar? See how we're stuck right about halfway of the down bar? If I was wanting to short this, I would go to a shorter time period and look for some kind of setup V1, V2, negative V1, V2 to the downside. Utilities not doing much today, which is interesting on such a down day, and healthcare looking for a pullback into value. So the only thing that I see here is Home Depot. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to take it. Under 30, over 30, yes. But I just wish it had a V1 or a V2 or some kind of bullish bearish divergence. So I think I'm going to stay clear of Home Depot, everybody. So it looks like the only thing I'm going to buy today is the SPY. I'm going to get rid of the VIX. And I'm going to have, oh, Walmart now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of the VIX right now. All right, so I am out of the VIX. Boy, I haven't had over a 5%er in overnight in a long time. That was fantastic. Walmart is right on the bubble, just like it was yesterday. Oh, I like silver better. That makes sense. Thanks for reminding me. And then I think it went down. Right. I can't remember. That's right. But yeah, sometimes you look back and you're like, what was I thinking? Let's look at AIG real quick for Jesse. 31 set. Yeah, well, I mean, look, that's doable. It definitely went under 30, over 30, and it's much better. I like it better in Home Depot because at least it was under the 30 ATR channel, over the 30 ATR channel. Let me know what you do with that, Jesse. Good eye. Good eye on that, by the way. Okay, I'm out of the VIX. SPY is going to buy at the end of the day. Walmart is above. So I might be keeping it. No, maybe not. What do we have? We have a minute and 15 seconds. Oh, there's some buying coming here at the end of the day. That's the big boys making their decisions right there, guys. So Walmart looks like it's a keeper. Isn't that amazing? Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Okay, we got about 35 seconds. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so I kept Walmart. I did get filled on the SPY at 309.54. 55. So yeah, that's one of the biggest hits we took on SPY in a long time, but at least we stayed out of this yesterday. So, let's count our blessings there. And 309.55 is a new entry for tomorrow for the overnight SPY trade. I did get out of VIX. Look at this monster trade. Woo! Am I glad I took that. Thanks, VIX. Appreciate that. So yeah, I've got McDonald's, SPY, and Walmart still. So amazing, I kept a hold of Walmart. Good to know, good to know. All right. Well, nice positive day for me today, and I hit a yearly high today in my account. That is for sure. So I'm always grateful for that. Being in the trading business, whenever you hit a yearly high in your account, that's a big day. So happy for that, proud of that, thankful for that. And listen, let's go through the rest of your comments, answer any questions that you have. I want to get straight who bought what today so we can track that. And but before I do, I want to just put in a quick plug, let everybody know that I do offer private one-on-one coaching, teaching lessons in the evening time via Skype. I have a course. It's 5 2-hour sessions live, you and I, but a lot of times it goes 3 hours. So somewhere between 2 and 3 hours, 5 of them. And it's a pretty extensive course. I teach you everything I've learned about trading through the last 24 years. I'll teach you everything I've learned from all of my traders and mentors that I've used. I've had really good success with my clients. Believe they've been very happy that they've taken the course. It's pretty intensive. I teach, you listen, but then I have you teach it back to me. We do a lot of chart study. We break down a lot of charts. What looks good here? What looks good there? What are the pros? What are the cons? What's the risk to reward ratio? What do you have to keep in mind? So it's pretty intensive, and it's $1,000 for the course, but I think it's worth every penny. I think you get a huge amount of value from that. So if you're interested, I like to, even before I have anybody sign up for it or commit to it, I like to do a 30-minute Skype call, just to kind of interview each other. I'd like to know more about you, your trading, what your challenges have been, what your goals are, and then I'll put together a lesson plan for you, customize it to, what kind of goals that you have and what you want to achieve and how much screen time you have and so forth and so on. So if you're interested and you want to have that free Skype call, it's free. I promise you there's no obligation. I promise you that. But my email is in the description of this video, and then you can also reach out to me on Twitter, send me a message if you want to schedule and do that call. But love to hear from you, and take the class now and get ready for next year. I promise you it is a good investment in yourself. And I promise you this, at the very least, if you're a losing trader, you're going to lose a lot less money and feel a lot better about trading, right? But of course, that's not the goal. The goal is to make money, right? But and then if you like today's content, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it. Just hit the little subscribe button, and if you like today's content and think the information is valuable, I would really appreciate if you could hit the thumbs up button. And it helps Google or YouTube get the channel out to more people. A lot of people out there that need help with trading. They need somebody to teach them some good trading principles. And I think if we can get them here, I think we will do that and really help them out, help their lives out. So if you can hit the thumbs up button before you leave, I really would appreciate it. Or hit it right now while you're thinking about it, right? So, all right, that's the end of my plug. So let's take a look. By the way, I had the insurance adjuster here today. He looked at the bid and said, yep, no problem. So it looks like we're going to get that fixed right away on the awning. All right, so Mount Doji says, yeah, I'm picking up SVMK. SVMK. I don't know exactly where you bought it, Mount Doji. I'm just going to assume you bought it somewhere close to the close here. If you're still around, let me know and I'll put in the exact price, but I'll just assume you're there. But that's pretty sweet. I mean, you know, nice V2, rejected the 200-day, sideways movement, all the stuff we're looking for, right? Mount Doji. Got your little name tag on there, Mount Doji. So now it is yours. Jesse says, absolutely, Greg. Thanks. Looking forward to it. Me too, bud. Always look forward to speaking with Jesse. Dr. Jorgensen. Mount Doji says, that's what I was thinking as well on RDFN. Not enough sideways movement. Yeah, there wasn't too much. Hey, Anthony, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Anthony's one of my former students. Anthony says, so, hello. I'm like Alexa in Surrey, always listening. Laugh out loud. I'll email you to set it up. Hey, Jesse, I owe you a call too. Okay, sounds good, Anthony. Yep. Just a few little adjustments that I want to update my students on, and then you know, I have put together an additional approach, a little bit more long-term approach, really great risk to reward, and I'll definitely share that with you on our call, Anthony. And Evan says, you like silver better, that's why you didn't buy it. That's right. That's exactly right. Murat says, you actually said you liked it. I know. I mean, how could I not like it? Oh, it was here. But yeah, that sounds right that I like silver better instead. But yeah, that was a monster. But it's, you know, it's a perfect example of a nice higher low V2. Here we make a lower low, we rallied, we came back down. Buyers took back, we had a new group of buyers come in here, move it up with the V2. It's a higher low. We rejected the 1 ATR channel and it moved up like a dream. No reason to get out of this for any reason. Kept making higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. You know, if we moved more than 1 ATR away from the entry, which, yeah, definitely we did. So at this point I would, you know, be using some kind of trailing stop like a close below the previous day's low. But yeah, sometimes they get away, don't they? Mert says, maybe you had gold position, didn't want to correlate. I'm hoping that's what it was. It sounds familiar. Sometimes I can't remember what I did yesterday with trading, honestly. Jesse, did you take AIG? Looks like it did close above the third ATR channel. Looks like it did slightly close below the 200. So a little bit of a mixed message there, but definitely went under 30, over 30. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah. So far closed under the 1 ATR channel, but do have that 200. But, you know, it gives you good risk to reward. That's the main thing. It gives you really good risk to reward. Dr. Jorgensen, what's up, bud? Good to see you, sir. Bruce says, good hike today. VIX is nice insurance. Volatility will always return if patient enough. That is true. That is one of the laws of nature when it comes to options and volatility. You go from high volatility to low volatility to high volatility. Always happens. You just don't know when, how long it's going to take, but it does happen. Jesse says, took AIG literally in the last 5 seconds. Closed 5 cents over 200. Danced around for the last minute. Okay, good. So let's, I don't know exactly where you bought it, but I'm going to assume it's right here close to the close. We got to put Jesse's little name badge on there. I hope by doing this that everybody sees your trades and you'll be more accountable for, not Jesse. I know Jesse doesn't need to be accountable because I know he's going to do what's right anyway. But for those of you that have problems with not getting out of your trades when you should, we're all watching and we know if you got out or not, right? Hopefully it will help. Evan says, I went ahead and took a position in in Wix. Oh, okay. I thought you took a position in VIX. I was like, oh. All right, so Wix. All right. I don't know exactly where you bought it, but I'm going to assume it was somewhere here close. And that's Evan. Oops. Oh boy, what did I do now? Redo. Evan M. All right, there's Evan's trade. $51.12. All right, is where Jess got it at. Okay. Oh, no, that's where you say the 200-day moving averages. Shoot. Okay. Well, remember, yours must be off because it's dividends for some reason, but it's okay. Just key off of that. Murat says, actually, gold miners as industry are terrible. I think they are capital destroying at an incredible pace over many decades. I am trying to find the exact number now. Oh, interesting. Oh, what did I do there? Okay, Gamer took a half position in pays. All right. I don't know exactly where you bought it. I'm going to assume it's right around here at the close. Maybe you bought it earlier. I don't know, but that's where we're going to start it at, unless you tell me otherwise. Took a half position, closed under the 200. I like it. All right, Gamer Squad right there on pays. By the way, my name is David. Okay. Well, it's good, nice to meet you, David. All this time, I only knew you as Gamer Squad. So let's put your name up there. Now you're official. David from Gamer Squad. Jesse says, I got in at 51.17. Okay. All good. Okay. Why did I have Cisco up here? All right. So VTR. Oh, I was looking for a higher low V2. That didn't signal, so we can get rid of that. All right. So Evan has Schmuckers with the V1 yesterday. It looks like that's up, so that looks good. Being He has UNG today. Being He, the big winner of the day percentage-wise. I don't know exactly where you got it, but I'm going to assume somewhere like that. Jesse with PANW. Now I forgot where you bought that, Jess. Did you buy this back on the... Oh, man. Now I don't have my dates there. There we go. Did you buy this back on the 27th, Jesse? Or did you buy it on the 29th? I know you have this trade, but I can't remember what day. Maybe you could let me know. But I know Jesse has this. I think he's up on the position, I'm pretty sure. Evan, okay, we already talked about that. Being He with the nice with the nice natural gas trade, and then Jesse with the trade, the pawn trade. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure where you got it, but I know this. Mount Doji bought the SVMK trade, and Evan bought the Wix trade. Jesse took pan on the 29th. $226.93. All right, good. That's been kind of a rocky one, but at least it closed in the money for you. Adio, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Thank you for coming by. All right, well let's VWM VMW, excuse me. Excellent. Excellent. Did you take this trade today, Addy? Under 30 over 30. Excellent. VMW. Yeah. Yep, got this right here. Did you take that trade today? And it's great to see you. Thanks for coming in and saying in the chat. Addie is one of my students as well. Well, what a day, huh? Big, I mean, we have rallied somewhat back here for sure. I mean, we were much lower today. We had a big rally. Doesn't mean the volatility's over, by the way. Okay, was waiting for tomorrow. All right. Let's take a look at the VIX and see if we had the cross. 34.38. No, we did not. Well, that could be good. That could be good. So, wow, what a day. Like I said, nice day today. Really grateful it was up, and really grateful that I made a yearly high today, especially on a day today, which seems a little ironic, but it was the VIX that did it. It was the VIX that did it for sure. All right. VMW. So Addy, are you waiting for close back over the third ATR channel? Is that what you thought? Evan says, glad I stayed green today. Yep. Well, big day to stay green on. That's no small feat. Okay, and Jesse bought AIG. Okay, Mount Doji did not buy RDFN, but I believe he bought, oh no, it was Evan. It was Evan that bought WIX Wix. Evan says, when I woke up and saw so much red today, I was concerned. Yep. When I saw it, I knew we were okay because we had the VIX, so I just didn't know how much VIX was up. So, Addy, do you have any positions? Have you taken any positions today at all? Jesse says, a lot of gap downs today would have not triggered emergency stop losses. Not 5%ers anyway, right, Jess? All right, well, this is kind of fun, I think, right? Tracking everyone's trades. We'll see. I hope they do well for everyone. Let's take a look here. All right, so after hours, looks like we're down a little. Not much. Would have blown by some. Yep. Take a look. You know, Vic's Crush was on here. David from Vic's Crush was on here yesterday, and I did not notice that he had asked me a question and wanted me to take a look at something. And he said yesterday, if you had to be long or short this bar, what would you choose? And I said that if I really had to be, I would probably be long. We had the big bar up. We did reject over the third ATR channel, but we did stay over the 70 RSI. I looked at it earlier today. It was up like 4%. I was like, oh, well, I guess that was a good call. But it looks like it ended up down here. But in reality, I would not have gotten into this at all. You guys know that, right? But if you're listening, Dave, sorry, I'm really sorry I didn't see your comment and what, you know, your question on KOD. Evan says, I was looking at Cone today also. Yeah, the thing with this one, Evan, is that we did have a V2. We did go under the 200, back over the 200. MACD is positive. This is all good. It's just that when you look at the risk to reward on this, you know, where's going to be your stop? Well, you could use the 200, or you could use halfway of the washout bar. But if we take an extreme case, if we look at the risk from here down to halfway of the washout bar, or if you want to use the 200, it becomes a little better. But still, your risk is this much to the downside. And where's your upside? I couldn't imagine it would be more than up in here, right? So it doesn't necessarily give a good risk to reward here. It's very bullish, I give you that. But from a trading standpoint, the risk to reward at best seems 1-to-1. And, you know, generally it's better to have, you know, asymmetrical risk to reward, so more reward than risk. So I think that's a pretty good idea. You didn't take it, but, you know, who knows? If we look at the weekly, down, 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 one up, you know, just pretend this was a daily bar. I wouldn't take this on a daily bar. It's just the dip's too far. Doesn't mean we can't bounce this is weeklies, doesn't mean we can't bounce for a week or two. But very hard to have V formations where you go down and then straight up. It doesn't happen very often. You go down, you bounce for a couple bars, then you usually head back down. That's why you want to look for, you know, if I was wanting to trade this, closed outside on the weekly, closed below the 1 ATR channel, I want to see it come back in here, anticipating that 1 or 2 bar down, and then buy the higher low. Whew, my voice has been tired. I've been speaking a lot today, huh? What a day, what a day. Hey, I did want to just point this out, guys. This is Steve Burns' website, newtraderu.com. And, you know, there's a lot of websites out there, financial, stock, that I wouldn't waste 2 seconds on. But this is the real deal, newtraderu.com. This is Steve. He has these nice online courses. I've taken every single one of them. And he has these great posts, financial posts. They're always very helpful. I mean, it's never a waste of time to go and read these posts. The Market, how Jen Simons launched the Quant Revolution. I just read this. Really great book, The Man Who Solved the Market. So, but he has here weekly newsletter, and 3 times a week he does a video newsletter. It's about 40 minutes, and similar to what I do, he goes down, breaks down all the stocks in his watch list, support, resistance, what he's looking for, so forth and so on. And I mean, I subscribe to this myself. It is valuable. It is worth paying money for. And that's why I subscribe. And I'm really looking forward to seeing it tonight, especially on such a volatile day, to get his take and his experience, right? My opinions and how I look at things doesn't always mean it's right. And especially when you have somebody of the caliber of Steve Burns, I like to go and see where his mind is at as well. You know, there are many times I look and go, oh, you know, that's a good thought. I hadn't thought of that. So, you know, if you guys are interested, I would suggest, I mean, I don't get anything from this. I just want to help you guys and provide good resources, but subscribing to this weekly video newsletter is outstanding, especially from somebody like Steve Burns. So I'm excited to watch that tonight, Steve. All right, so again, McDonald's, we know about that. That's just to put down to 180. SPY got trounced on that overnight, but still very profitable for the year. Did buy this again today here at 309.55. We'll see if we can get any kind of bounce in the morning. And Walmart, I took this, the sidewards movement, the V1 did hold today above the halfway of the bar, of the halfway of the washout bar. So that is why I continued the position. So not a lot of positions. SPY and Walmart basically are my only positions, but you know, let's be careful out there. A lot of volatility, a lot of money made and a lot of money lost. And what does that do? That amplifies everyone's emotions and brings bigger swings. So let's be careful. Jesse says, I think I speak for everyone here, Greg, when I say a sincere thank you for this daily class and introduction. It is priceless. Also for the course you offer, I'd still be lost without it. Sign up, peeps. Thanks, Jesse. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And I'm really glad that you enjoyed the class and hopefully put some context in how you view the market. You're an excellent student. And thanks to all my students. I mean, really, you know, it's great. You know, we spend 5 days, 6 days speaking every other night, hours, and you know, they become friends, you know, and then the classes are over and it's kind of a bummer, but at least I get to see you guys here in the chat. And you know, for all my students, you know, my current students, if you ever need a brush up, a little, you know, a little tune up, you know, I'm available by Skype. I'm here, you know, it's free. And I'm happy to help you. But thank you very much, Jesse, for the kind words. I think you're really doing well. And thanks to Addie, and thanks to Kurt, and thanks to Anthony, and all my other students. You know, I love having students. I love teaching. I really like teaching when I start seeing it come together for them. They start piecing it together. That's one of my favorite parts. So let's see. All right. Well, listen, if you have any other questions, let me know. But Jesse, thank you for coming by. Really appreciate it, sir. Be careful out there at your job. Evan, thank you for coming by. Nice to see you. Addie, great seeing you. Really nice. I think this is the first time you've come into the chat. So I hope you keep coming back and let me know if there's anything I can help you with. And again, available for you if you know we want to do those follow-up classes at all. Just let me know. I'm here for you. Okay. And then Gamer Squad, David, thank you for coming by. Always nice to see you. Murat, thank you, sir. Hope you have a good evening. Frank, nice seeing you. Appreciate you coming by. And Fortune Cookie says, investor buy stock to own, a trader buy stock to sell. I missed that. I missed that post. That is true. That is definitely true. Dr. Jorgensen, good seeing you. Thanks for coming. Enjoy golfing today. Anthony, good to see you, buddy. Glad you're always listening. Glad you're around. And yeah, email me so we can get that kind of supplemental class that with my students that I want to update everyone on. Mount Doji, good to see you, bud. Thank you for coming by as always. Kurt, really great seeing you last night. I think you're really doing excellent. And it was fun speaking with you again, but thanks for coming today. Let me know if you have any questions. Bing He, good to see you. Nice job on your UNG trade. Unfortunate on the Home Depot trade. I realize that, but that's how it goes sometimes, right? We don't win them all, but stay positive and concentrate on that sweet UNG trade that you had. Steve Burns, thank you, sir. Always a pleasure, always an honor to have you here. Thanks for coming. Say hello to Holly and the dogs. Marco, good seeing you, my friend. Hope you have a good evening, Sylvania. And if there's anything I can be helpful to you with, Marco, you just please let me know. And I appreciate you being here every day. I really do. William Green, nice to see you, William. And if there's anything I can help you with, please let me know. Dr. Long, thank you for coming by, and awesome trades today. Great trades on silver and on the VIX, obviously, right? All right, I'm going to go put my snow boots on, go hiking around in the mountains. So thanks again for coming today. Go out and do something nice for somebody today. If you can, just say hi or a wave or a smile or hold the door open. And you really might improve their day, and they may go on and improve someone else's day, and so forth and so on. We need a lot more of this in this world today. So again, thanks for coming today. Good luck on all your positions you took. Hopefully we'll have a good day tomorrow. We shall see, but look forward to talking to you tomorrow during the last hour of the market. So thanks again. Talk to you later. Hopefully talk to you tomorrow. Bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.